Hey, good morning everybody. Frederick here. And we are off. To go do an interview this morning. And my voice is real shot, so this should be interesting. We're going to see my friend that I met. I met a friend named Dan. And Dan is one of the homeless guys that, is my new friend, and he's got a buddy named Mike, and he's got a story too, just like we all do. So I told the boys there that I'd be back in a few days. I'd bring some lunch. I'd bring some more egg sandwiches. And so instead of going out and buying hamburgers, McDonald's, pizza, and everything that I usually do for myself, and right now I don't even have the money to do that because I'm unemployed. Oh, that girl almost slipped. See this girl? She's walking. See her? Yeah. I feel kind of bad because she's kind of embarrassed. She almost slipped on the sidewalk. In which case, RUAH-Nation would pull over to make sure she's okay. Anyways, so she almost slipped. So we're going to interview Mike this morning. And Mike is going to tell us, number one, what does it mean to have life breathed into him? And number two, what does it mean for Mike to breathe life into other people? Because that's what this is all about here at RUAH-Nation. We're about taking time out of our life to invest in the life of another human being. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, where you live, your culture, your background, your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. We're all different people. We're all different ages. We all have our own story, and our story is unique to us. But we don't want to die, on our deathbed, 80, 90 years old, and wondering, did I give my story to the world? Did I share my wisdom? Out of all the pain and suffering and all the smiles and all the cries, did I share that with the world? And so that's essentially what we're doing here on the YouTube channel called RUAH, R-U-A-H, is the breath of life. That's what it's about. And when I say RUAH-Nation, I'm talking about people who are committed to this project, people who give their time to do an interview, people who support, people who just, go online and like and subscribe to videos. We are getting the story that there is hope in this world, and no matter how bad it gets, no matter how tough it gets, you could be homeless and sleeping on the streets in the middle of winter, and there's still something to find hope in. And that's what's pretty cool about this playlist that's called Real People, Real Stories. If you go to the YouTube channel, click on the playlist, Real People, Real Stories. I do have a couple more to upload, but uploading takes so long. So, in the meantime, I will continue to interview people, continue to put the stories out there, and it looks like we're planning a little road trip this summer, so stay tuned for that. We're going to go, camping one weekend, but the road trip will be about interviewing people along the way, at the gas stations, at the coffee shops, even at the campground sitting around the fire. We're going to ask everybody, young and old, like I said, we're going to ask them what their story is, what it means to have life breathed into them, and then essentially what it's like for them to breathe life into others. Because this world becomes a better place when you pay it forward, when you are love. When you become the hands and feet of love, you spread joy and happiness wherever you go, And I don't mean to say that like we're happy all the time. My two buddies on the streets, they're homeless, but they're still getting up every morning and they're still doing what they can do with what they got where they're at. They help out the fellow brothers and sisters that are on the streets. So I'm going to sign off now, and when we get there, I'm going to set up a couple chairs in the parking lot, and I'm just going to have a coffee with them. I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a box of coffee. You fill up a box, and we're going to have some coffee. And I made some egg sandwiches this morning, English muffins and cheese. So we'll give them some egg sandwiches thereafter. And also last night I stayed up and I made a whole bunch of chicken sandwiches and turkey sandwiches. and I'll give the bag of sandwiches to him to share with the other people. And then I brought juice boxes, apple juice, orange juice, you know, and my lovey-dovey wifey, we did some baking. So we've got banana bread, we got cookies and different kinds of cookies and a box of granola bars. So we're just gonna bless their life. I wish I could just give them each $5, you know, but I can't afford that. So we'll get coffee, some food, share a little conversation, and just, you know, spread the love. This is Frederick at RUAH-Nation, and we will see you, my friend, in a little bit. Well, my friends, so this is Frederick here, and the interesting thing is I came in this morning into town, and I was going to do an interview with my homeless friend, Mike, and I showed up, and I had breakfast sandwiches and some lunches and orange and apple juice and stuff, and even some bottles for him, but he wasn't here. So now I'm wondering, Lord, what is it that you're doing? Because I believe that God breathes life into people so we can breathe life into others. So now I'm wondering where we go from here. So stay tuned and we'll see. So I figured out that I'm gonna head over to the t-shirt store, and I'm gonna go price out what it costs to do some hats and some t-shirts and some coffee mugs and stickers, because RUAH, Breath of Life, is growing, and I'm acting as though this is already happening, so that a year from now I'll already be in the frame of mind of a year ahead, because I'm thinking a year ahead right now. So I'm going to go see what it costs to get some of these made. And again, if you want to support us, then I can get more and, you know, start to hand some t-shirts out, some hoodies. Man, I even found out about a jacket that turns into a sleeping bag. Man, if I could afford that, some homeless people that I know would have nice winter jackets that turn into sleeping bags. But come with me, let's go see what this is all gonna cost, okay? All right, this is Frederick, RUAH-Nation, going to price out some merchandise. I went and I checked out the pricing on t-shirts and hats, and eventually stickers and coffee mugs. And I can't do a whole lot right now, but in terms of RUAH, Breath of Life, going out into this world and spreading the good news, you know, I'm going to get a couple t-shirts made, get a couple merchandises made, and then eventually as it picks up steam, you know, when I interview people, I'd like to give them a t-shirt or a coffee cup or something. And as RUAH-Nation grows, you know, people will stay connected, and we'll be able to have some free advertising just by people wearing some of the merchandise. So I love you guys, and I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to head downtown, because I have a bag full of sandwiches, and I have some apple juice and orange juice, and I'm certainly not going to eat it all. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you. And I want to say something that's really funny, is I'm driving here, and I just seen some guys picking bottles. So, you know, I'm gonna pull in here and see if I can be of any assistance. All right, we'll talk to you in a minute, okay? All right, guys. Let's go. Just another day vlogging. Still got some supplies, but you know, you never know how things are going to turn out. The thing is, just be in a position to trust that there's more going on than you think, and that everything happens for a reason. This morning, everything happened for a reason. I've met some really good people, and I'm going to keep doing this. Real people, real stories. Consider whose life you might be able